We're good?
Mm-hmm.
Jim, the final goal kind of put a lick of paint on it, but what's your assessment of tonight's performance?
Well, I knew from the scout reports that they were much improved. They've been galvanised by Granty. The big physical, strong side. They've got good mobility, and they were probably unfortunate if they hadn't given away so many fouls and set plays against Bucks, and they could have come away with something from one of the top sides in this division. So I knew they weren't the type of team that you can anticipate to be bottom of the league. And when I seen them tonight, I thought they worked hard, they were physical, they had elements about their game that would be a threat. But I think what summed us up was the poor first goal, and then we've got a midfielder who gifts the ball to a centre forward. It should be 2-0 now. So it doesn't matter what type of football you play and how you create opportunities. I think we've hit the post twice. We've had a free header under the crossbar that we've somehow shouldered over. But like I said, I just think that myself at the moment, we just don't look strong enough and manly enough and solid enough to get a result.
The first half weren't a vintage performance, but we looked a bit better second period, a bit of a change of shape out there. Kieran Summers came on, scored a goal, got us back into it. But again, the other end, 5 minutes later, we're back behind again.
Well, there wasn't a change of shape. I think what we needed to do was we have players running around trying to pop up in pockets when the pockets are not there. So I thought all we have to do is just ask our front four to go really high and wide and see if we can get into positions where we can play their feet or play them into space. And I thought our centre-halves had a lot of possession. It was really important that they picked the right moments, whether to step in and find feet or step in and play diagonals to players in space. Because we needed to get past their midfield block. And I think our two midfielders didn't do enough to connect the game back to front, side to side. It wasn't all their fault because they had three in there smothering them. I thought second half we looked like we were capable of breaking the lines a bit better. We got into some great positions and we choose not to cross, we choose not to get a shot off, or we go inside when we should go outside. And I think some of the players have got a lot to learn. There were some good performances, but I felt that those lads have put a really good shift in, were let down by others who were unfortunately too weak to be part of a team that could get a result.
You've had 8 or 9 games now to assess the side. What do you make of it? Where's the strengths and the weaknesses, do you think?
Unfortunately, there's a lot of weaknesses at the moment. I mean, I'm looking at the group. Since I came in, there's been a horrific list of injuries. Players playing a couple of games and then out for several weeks. And but like I said, the squad's not been that deep and strong. We're having to play 17 and 18-year-olds much more than they need to, and I feel sorry for them because it's a tough challenge for them going from a Saturday to a Tuesday. And they can get by on adrenaline, but I think it's a tough world. Every man's division, especially MPL Premier. I don't care whether you play in the top team or the bottom team, and I think that we need to. We need to act quickly. I've put in lots of calls, lots of 7 days. We need a couple of things now to happen for us. We need to get a couple of bodies in, some strong players that know this league and can add a little bit of solidity and sternness to the group. We need to perhaps add a couple of pros from the under 23 ranks that can give you energy and quality. And if we do that, we might have a chance of starting to get results. But at the moment, unfortunately, there's no slight on the team, but if we keep putting that team out, we're not going to get the results. So you can reorganise, you can coach, you can add things, but ultimately, you can only work with what you've got. And I'm afraid that at the moment, this group doesn't look like it's capable of winning games. So we need to add and strengthen, and it has to happen quick because Basford's a tough game, and then the games are coming thick and fast. And we don't want to find ourselves in a really tough spot where confidence wanes and people don't want to play and people don't want to be here. Like I said, so we need to be strong, determined in our recruitment and make sure that the group improves from that, and then the little bit of detail, a little bit of organisation can help them because they're equipped to do the basics of their positions really well.
Like you say, you might be dipping your toe into the under 23s, presumably you mean loans there. And you look around the division, players like Ewan Bain's done really, really well this season. Sam Fishburne as well, when he was at Lancaster, and it can work, can't it?
Well, you only have to look at their squad. I mean, Morford's squad, because Morford are bottom of the league, and I think they've just got the captain of Hartlepool in, and they've, you know, and then you look here, they've got Grant is a quality player for this level. They're picking up good loans from Preston, like Baxter. So there's no poor side at this level. No, we played Morford, we played Radcliffe, we played all the teams down there. We've got astute managers that have been around. They organise their players, they keep things simple, but more importantly they've got 11 players that know the level and know how to get the best out of themselves at this level. At the moment we don't have that, and I need to make sure that we have 11 and then strengthen the group so that when we go from Saturday to a Tuesday or we have injuries, that we don't become victims because of that rather than... So yeah, the 23s, we've got to look at every aspect. But what I want to try and say to people out there that want to come and join us, I want hungry young players. I want people that want to step up a level. We haven't got the finances to drag people in from higher levels and pay the kind of money that Morford pay and other clubs are paying. So what we need to do is create an environment where, if you like, that we attract and grow good, hungry young players and make them into a team and make them feel like that they can go on a journey in their careers and play a part in Hyde's rebirth and growth.
Jim, thank you very much for joining us. Pleasure. Thank you.